Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NJPW Puroresu Review. I am your co-host, NDC. Right over here, it's the elegant princess herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
You're sucking up because I am not elegant right now. I am wearing a vest that is made out of a sweater. I'm wearing my classy clothes tonight. I had a great back day today. I'm continuing to enjoy the empty gym, even though that's probably not great for the business.
Mm.
It's nice to be able to finally learn after 5 years of going to this gym, learning how to use the machinery finally. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. I've been working my job this week and very tired. Long days, but it's worth it for the paycheck. Let's just say that.
Hey, ain't it always?
I saw what I'm getting paid on Friday for a week and a half's pay, or less than a week and a half's pay, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm happy."
Good. That is always
Yep.
good.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But we're not here to talk about me getting paid or Melba getting swole. But everybody loves to talk about you getting swole. But uh, you're a little,
Fair.
you're a little swole, you know.
I wish I could show off my back. She got ouchied today. I even got a compliment from the trainer today because I guess my muscly Leslie's looked really nice.
Nice.
Yes. Makes me happy. Makes me proud.
But we're here to talk about nights number 5 and 6 of the best of the Super Juniors. We're going to get into it. Before we do that, I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for joining us here. Everybody that's been subscribing the last while, and those of you that have been subscribed from the beginning, thank you all so very much. And all those subscribed in between. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We continue to grow slowly but surely, and we're loving doing what we're doing. Being back at work, I got so much less time for this, but I'm making my time work. So I'm watching shows in parts, and it's kind of helping. Getting up, going to bed early, and getting up super early, and watching in the morning before I work actually really does help. It's weird.
It gets your brain going because this stuff is not slow. Holy heckin' crap.
No, so I just want to thank each and every one of you. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, share us out to all your friends, family, and all the crazy architects that are building the crazy buildings everywhere in the world. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello. See?
Architects, that's a new one.
Yeah, I try to change it up.
We gotta be inclusive. We gotta include everybody.
So we're gonna get in. We're talking. Start on the night number 5, May 8. May. I keep wanting to say March, but it's May. It's May.
Don't take me back there, man. Let's move forward.
May. And we're kicking off with my pick. But before we kick it off, Hiromu presents like something to this dude in a suit. He starts to talk to the crowd, and Sho attacks him. Before the show. So and then he cuffs him, drags him to the floor, beating him up, and takes him to the back. And then we get the return of Walker Stewart, baby. Or I guess he already did he already? No, this was his return, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. And he's teaming up with Chris Charlton on this show. His partner on the next night was actually really cool. Learning who his partner was on the next night. We'll talk about that when we get to the next night.
Yeah.
So the duo is back together. Our favorite English duo, minus not having Kevin Kelly there. But yeah, I love these two together. So we're gonna it's Kosei Fujita, my boy, versus Clark Connors. Even though I'm wearing a Bullet Club shirt right now.
I mean, I can't talk. I met Leo Rush wearing a Bullet Club sweater.
You did. You did. You should have been wearing a chaos sweater. Where's a chaos sweater?
I would never be caught dead in one of those plain ass freaking shirts.
Especially now with the new logo.
Even before it was horrible, and even Okada's last couple shirts were just.
But at least
We're not here
the
to
old
talk about Okada,
but at
though.
least the old chaos logo had like it looked like kind of an explosion on it. Now it's just a
It looked like
rectangle.
graffiti.
It's just a blue rectangle with basic white writing in it now, and it's like, what? No, go
What?
away.
No, what? It matches the faction perfectly, in my opinion. They're plain and simple.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into it. Clark Connors versus Kosei Fujita. Connors sends Fujita up and over to the floor. He runs him into the post, chokes Fujita with the merch. He took a merch from a fan and is choking him.
Mhm.
He whips Fujita hard into the chairs. He starts like throwing chairs onto Fujita. It was pretty funny. He literally throws a young lion at him.
Yeah, I didn't write down. Oh, Shomakato. It was Shomakato.
Mikata, yeah. I didn't.
Shomakato has been a battering ram for a lot of people, particularly Clark Connors, for this entire tournament. The poor guy.
Yeah. Fujita fighting back with that flying like shin kick that he does. I
Mhm.
love that kick. Connors ends up spearing Fujita out of the air when he goes for that springboard dropkick attempt, which looked so good.
Mhm.
He hits his snap power slam, follows it with gore for two. Connors applies the Ron Miller special, Fujita's tag team partner's move, to mess with Fujita, but Fujita gets to the ropes. He knows how to survive it. Like the Ron Miller's probably been put on him a couple times by Eagles, just training the kid on how to deal with the move. Um,
Yeah.
Beautiful spot, Fujita reversing the no chaser into a bridging German for two. Connors hits the Jeep flip, setting Fujita flying, unloads with another gore for two. Fujita ended up picking the leg of Connors at the end of the match and gets the tied up legs into the STF on Connors, and then he pulls back into the like almost into his, like pulls back so he's on his ass. Connors is on his knees being pulled back, and
Mhm.
then he gets the arms in the head, pulls back on the head, and Clark Connors submits.
Yes.
Mm,
Yes. So this was the show when we had completed our last Puroresu review.
mm,
Um, this was a show that I had actually already started watching, and I told you you're going to be very happy with the results.
mm.
This was why.
I thought you were going to be
Um,
talking about the next one, but
I mean, that one was pretty great also, but I had only watched the first two matches of this show. So yeah, this obviously would make you happy, and yeah, the next one would make you happy too. So this one, I noticed and I thought was interesting with Kosei Fujita and his new look. Kind of gives me like OG Marufuji vibes with his look.
mm,
I really, really like it. Same with the wrestling style a little bit.
mm,
Less flippy, more submission, but Marufuji does have his submissions.
mm,
But yeah, it was really cool. It was almost like a second coming for me. I felt nostalgic.
mm,
Um, I felt that this was a power flexing match for Connors completely.
mm,
He schooled Fujita quite a bit at the beginning of this one before he was able to kind of regain some control and put on some offense on Connors. And yeah, the last thing I mentioned was Shomakato has been just used as a weapon for mostly Clark Connors, but a number of people have targeted the poor kid on the outside. But he's taking it like a champ. I mean, he's getting really, really good at having suplexes and like scoop slams done to him.
mm.
He's getting
Oh
really
yeah.
good at falling. It's good.
Yeah, we're gonna move on from there. Um, to what was the very, very fast match on this show. It is
Mhm,
Drilla Maloney versus Dragon Dia. Um, Dia looked really good in this match, but it came down to Dia going for that Rana at the end into the pin. But Drilla keeps rolling them through, picks the kid up, power bomb, follows it up with a sick looking Drilla killer, and he gets his. He's on the board. So he's pointing up. He's keeping going, pointing up more and more. Let's go. This guy's going to win this tournament. I'm telling you right now. Bullet Club.
mhm. You're so hopeful, as I am always ever hopeful with Kenta. I hope you are not Kenta'd.
No, I won't be.
Um, Yeah, I didn't really have too much written down. The overall note that I had on this one was that Drilla schooled that ever living crap out of this poor kid.
Yeah.
He didn't have a holy heckin' chance. and he gave him no room to breathe. Dio was able to do a few things, but it was almost like it was a sympathy thing. And Drilla would just simply be like, okay, dust my shoulder off, kablowie.
Mm.
It was a little crazy, but yeah, what a dominant match for Maloney, especially given because the show one, I felt that took away from him a little bit. It was almost like we went from having this amazing, like, kind of as he kind of advertises himself like a dog, like a war dog, where he just goes in for the kill all the time. With show, it was like comedic
Mm.
a little bit. It was hokey and it felt weird. He did very, very well. It just felt weird for the character
Mm.
to go that way. Much to me like how Connors is in this tournament is kind of like is a little bit off for me. Dominant as hell, but it's just not looking like the war dog that we've had for the last year kind of thing.
Mm.
So yeah, this was kind of like that reassertion after that aftermath. Good
Yeah.
match.
We move on to Hayata versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru. At the end of this match, Kanemaru tosses the ref into Hayata, hits him with the Enziguri. He takes a shot of the Santori Surprise, but Hayata stops him, avoids the Santori Surprise, and he catches the kick, kicks Kanemaru low, which was, I was like, ooh, and hits his Xiaomi Impact for the win.
Hmm. It was the match was very well done. It for me it never peaked. It was a climber. It just never quite got me terribly, terribly excited. What I was very interested in though was the commentary, where blah blah blah, drawing a blank Walker and Chris Charlton were discussing the history of Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Hayata in Noah, and like with the history with the junior title, and how Yoshinobu Kanemaru is kind of the record to break. He is the best junior from this kind of generation. So to see Hayata pick up a win over him, damn, it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool, pretty impressive.
Very much is. So we
Hmm.
move on to a flippin' good match. It's Doki versus Ninja Mack. And I say that because Mack is a flipping maniac. Like, literally, a flipping maniac. Because, dang, is even good. Like, just the flips and everything he does. There was a great, like, kung fu thing in this match where they're kung fu dancing each other. And
Yeah. Yeah, it was
it's
almost like they had the same kind of martial art background stance there. It's
I
pretty
thought
cool.
that was hilarious. The end of this match comes Ninja Mack with a top rope Rana, but Doki, my typing looks like just yeah. But Doki rolls through and he gets a 2 count, then transitions into the Doki Joki, which Ninja Mac eventually falls over, and Doki is awarded the victory by submission.
Yes. This was a flippy match, but this was fun. It was a nice way because like Doki is kind of that wrestler who doesn't always pull out his aerials, but he will when he's kind of winding down if he's facing someone larger than him.
Mm,
And he has a tendency to do that with like the multi-tag matches and stuff. This was a match where he got to show off his like really show off his lucha background, really show off his aerials. I really had a lot of fun with this. I'm enjoying seeing Ninja Mac. This was kind of my first time kind of seeing him. Because I know he's been in GCW, but I haven't admittedly seen any of it. I'm really enjoying his stuff. It's very fun. It's very eye-catching, it's very entertaining, and then pairing it up with someone who's as entertaining and showmany as Doki was just such a perfect pairing. I would love to see them go one-on-one again.
mm. Yeah, I think they did so well. And I think I'd like this in a different environment, like a Dominion
Mhm.
or another, or maybe a Noah card where Doki can get it, like, and can come in. They can do like a good 15-minute solid junior match. I think that would be really good.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Make it
So
happen.
we move over to the match, another match that pissed me off. This was the shortest match of the night. It's TJP versus Bushi. It. I'll say that I wrote this down. Love Bushi's entrance mask with that giant horn. That mask budget.
Yeah.
That mask budget must be huge. It's a good thing his wife has that Hello Kitty money.
I thought that was a bit of a reference to Roosh.
Yeah, I think so. Or
Yeah.
to like the different Mexican wrestlers that have the horns and everything on their gear. Maybe
Oh,
maybe a
Roosh
Liger
used to have that one
or
because he was El
Liger.
Blanco. No, that wasn't a liger horn. That was definitely a
Mm,
longhorn bull.
yeah.
Yeah, my immediate thought was Roosh just because he was one of the original founding members of Los Ingobernables in Mexico.
Mm,
So might be. Yeah, I don't recall ever seeing Roosh work a ton with Bushi though, so it might just be
no,
like a quiet homage.
but there's a
But yeah,
connection.
there's a connection. It's loose, but it's there.
Yeah, because he's running what Los Fascion de Ingobernables now. Yeah,
So,
Los
and it
Fascion.
almost looked like Angel Del Oro was going to start a new faction of Los Ingobernables before COVID, and then COVID had happened, and he ended up changing his gimmick entirely. I'm disappointed. I would have loved to see where he would have went with that.
Yeah. So this match again, it was 2 minutes 55 seconds. The end of it comes. TJP makes the dumbest move by going for the corner to no DDT, running up the ref, essentially kicking the ref in the face, knocking him down. Hits the tornado DDT, and as he goes for the pin, no referee. So TJP sets up, sprays the blood mist, but Bushi ducks and hits the black mist to the face of TJP, and he gets the Bushi roll for the win.
Yeah,
This was the second time TJP lost in a quick match in this tournament.
yeah. It was painful. It was heartbreaking. It
Mm,
was a little missed off, and his miss didn't win. Yeah, I was also pissed off with this because I love Bushi, but I definitely thought that this was going to be the beginning of the TJP redemption
yeah,
in this tournament, and it definitely did upset me how quick it was because we know how good he is. He puts on great matches. He's the guy you get in there if you want a great match and you want both of the wrestlers showed out and you want the crowd alive because the crowd loves TJP just like they love Julia. Like he is a huge crowd favorite over there. Um, yeah. Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember what ref it was. Wasn't it Kenta Sato or was it Marty Asadi?
I don't remember. Honestly, I
I
don't.
don't either. They got to train with Rosa. Rosa had the same thing happen. She didn't get knocked out.
It's true. I think TJP just has maybe he's got a loaded boot. Maybe he's got an ELP loaded boot. Might be it.
TJ, naughty. Mm-mm. He is not show or ELP.
It's true. We move on to Mel's pick of the evening. It is Kusida versus her pick to win this whole thing. Robbie Eagles, who has Kosei Fujita on ringside with him. Eagles reverses this cartwheel dropkick into this beautiful flow into this knee bar that just looks so smooth. The
Mhm.
reversals in this match, I think, were really good. Kushida reversing the turbo backpack into a flying arm bar. The Eagles gets out of that. Kushida reversing the SIE DDT into a standing hoverboard lock. Sorry, not the SIE, the Shinrai, which is the uh, uh, sliced bread, but in the middle of the ring. Yeah, but he turns that into a hoverboard lock. But Eagles gets out and he's hitting these beautiful kicks.
Mhm.
Kushida hits a small package driver, which I haven't seen him do in a long time. That used to be one of his old finishers way back. There's a small
Mhm.
package driver. Eagles reverses a hoverboard attempt into a turbo backpack and gets a 2 out of it. He falls up, hits the running Hyperion kick, and he gets the win. I
Yes.
You don't see Robbie Eagles getting wins when not submission usually.
No. And this match also was just, for me, technical mastery. We saw Robbie Eagles. He's really good, kind of adaptable wrestler where he adapts kind of to what's kind of happening around him. Typically, we find him either doing that high speed power or high speed power aerial or high speed submission combo. There's some kind of combination happening. This was like mostly technical for him, and it was such a nice, refreshing change. And the crowd was so into this match. There was one point, was it the figure four that Robbie put Kushida in, where he was laying on the ground?
Yeah, figure four.
It
Yeah,
looked like a figure four to me.
he was. Yeah, I just
Um,
checked my notes.
the 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 asshole in Robbie Eagles came out, goes into the figure four, just lays back casually with his arms behind his head, just like, "Hey, I'm here. I got you in the figure four. I'm just chilling." I was like, such a dick move. I
I
freaking love it. It was great.
I'm surprised he didn't woo at that point, just to be a complete asshole.
Uh, Yeah, I mean, I don't think we did need to go that far into the asshole thing, but it was perfect because it was like Robbie Eagles is another one who's very over with the crowd. You don't want him to lose momentum by doing something that maybe the Japanese audience probably wouldn't even
Hmm.
understand. Um, yeah, there was one point where Kushida came back really, really strong, started working over that arm of Eagles, started to get a little concerned. Maybe that's why he wasn't able to kind of do the submission finish.
Very possible.
Maybe. Yeah, I was also pleasantly surprised, but I was also surprised about the win here. But I'm happy because both our guys won tonight.
Yeah, they're both what 2-2 now after this
I think
one.
so.
Yeah, both have 4 points after this. We'll talk about full points at the end of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
19th. I have the points for the 18th, but I figured we just skipped them and just we talk about it at the end of the 19th show.
Sure, sure.
The next we go on to the match that was my other pick that I was down to this, and the match I picked as my picks tonight: Teton versus Blake Christian. Blake Christian, man, that guy can adapt to anybody and just work. It doesn't matter.
Ah,
It's the battle. It's the leaders of the A block. Both men are 3-0 at this point. 6 points each. So the loser it's somebody's continuing undefeated. The other one's taking their first loss. The end of this match though
mhm,
comes. It's a tornado kick by Blake Christian. Teton comes back with a tornado DDT. Blake hits a flying kick out of nowhere, hits that springboard 450, and he gets the win. Man, this guy is just. He's impressive, man. Like I
mhm,
enjoy watching him in GCW, but this is a different version of Blake Christian than what we
mhm,
get in. Like it's the same guy, same moveset, but he just feels different because he's working with these like so fast people. It's so good.
mhm. So he's working like, because like I feel like GCW, he works a variety of people, variety of sizes, variety of styles.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I feel like the Super Juniors is definitely something that's, because it's more comparable to what it is that he does. He's able to just match it so well, but there's still that insane variety that we love with the Super Juniors. I still wish Lindemann would come back. That was a nice, fun wrench in a lot of people's plans because he was just straight up power. Back to this. I had a lot of fun with this. There was I think I have a couple notes, not too many. There was a Tope con Hilo by Teton. Um, that was just, it's so good. He's so good. That lucha styling is just so perfected with Teton, and just the way he can just do that matrix bend and come back with that Pele kick. Is that a Pele kick?
Mm-hmm.
The style of Pele kick. It's so good. But that 450 that Blake does, he's like Puck in the respect that Puck doesn't F that up. Every single time, it is absolute picture perfect perfection. And Blake is the same way. That 450 is absolute picture perfect perfection every single time. Love it.
Yeah. Again,
He was my pick below Robbie, wasn't he?
I think you have him going to the finals with
Yeah,
against Robbie. Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah. So we move on. Taiji Ishimori versus Francesco Akira. Again, this was another one of those weirdly incredible matches. Just watching the styles work together. But in the end, Akira stops a bloody cross with a small package for 2, then hits a super kick, gets a assisted rope walk into a tornado DDT, and then follows it up with the fireball double knees to the back of the head, and Akira picks up the win.
Yes. Really digging the fur coat on Ishimori. I don't know if I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't notice it before now or what, but like it's really freaking cool. I like the change. I like the new look. Um, really targeting the arm of Akira in this match, Ishimori. And I felt that in the beginning part, Akira was really quite getting worked over. Um, at some point in time throughout the match of Akira getting worked over, I went, oh, Akira's winning this match. And lo and behold, Akira won this match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was the speed that these two guys can work is just so crazy. But then that Ishimori had a lot of answers for Akira's moves, but then Akira started having answers for Ishimori just midway through. It was almost like he was like studying him for the first part of the match, and then like the computer in his head went, okay, use this, and this to defeat. And that was how it worked. It was so cool. It was like a
Mm-hmm.
video game.
Oh, for sure. So we're gonna move on. Semi-main event of the May 18th show. It is El Desperado versus Kevin Knight, and what was an incredibly great match. This was another one that I was considering, and I feel like I should have, but I'm happy with going with what I did. But like
Mhm,
this match was absolutely phenomenal. These two just killing it, and Kevin Knight has it just shows right here how good he is coming into his own right now, and
mhm.
yeah, there was a great spot. We actually did what is called the G5, which is also known as F5, in this match. I was like, okay, it's called the G5 now. Let's go with that. In the end, though, and Knight hits his beautiful spin kick to Desperado while he's on the top rope. Desperado blocks a superplex, pushes him off, but Knight comes right back with those springs in his legs, hops up, Ranas him off the top, follows it up with what I have always called a mushroom stomp because uh, he was in he was in TNA. He's a buddy of Matt Hardy's. But he where you jump up and then you jump up into the air and then you stomp down right on a standing person's chest just to crush him into the mat. Um, Dude, I love that move. And he just crushes him with that mushroom stomp, but only gets 2. Follows it up with the huge pendulum spike DDT. And Kevin Knight gets probably the biggest win that he's had in this whole tournament, or of any tournament he's been in. This is easily his biggest win because like he's beating the
Mhm.
guy who just lost the title to show. So
Yeah,
who the man who really is the real champion, if you really think about it, the show was very dastardly in how he got that title. So he beat the real
yeah.
champion. Yeah.
If Desperado had more reliable people in his corner, Hontai,
Hmm.
El Presidente, you are a part of Hontai, weren't he wasn't no, he wasn't on commentary. He would still be champion. This match though, I mean, what else can you say? I mean, Desperado is legendary. He's so good. Every match he has is so good. He puts so much effort into what it is that he does. But Kevin Knight, holy heckin' crap, has he really, it's a weird word to say, but he's blossomed over the last couple nights in this tournament. And he really is kind of, I don't want to say stepping away from Kushida because he still obviously has his back. He's his buddy, he's his bro. But like he's definitely kind of stepping forward and separately from Kushida in standing out for himself. Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to add on that one.
All right, so we're moving on to the main event of the May 18th show. It is Hiromu Takahashi versus Sho.
Again,
Yeah,
the wet willy. And
yeah, and
again, what the hell?
he's just wet willing everybody. So yeah, Sho cheats a bunch, as he always does. Uses Yujiro and all the garbage that he does. Super kick and the Hero Mushan Bomber, as Walker and Chris called it on this show. They called it Hero Mushan Bomber. But the ref is distracted. Hiromu stops the low blow, hits his own low blow, and runs Sho into Yujiro. He hits that facebuster, that dropping facebuster suplex, but only gets two. He hits another Hero Mushan Bomber, and he hits Time Bomb 2 for the no. Yujiro pulls up the ref. Bushi shows up, and he sends Yujiro to the floor and hits the Bushi Rocket, which is that suicide dive.
Mhm.
And then Hiromu hits the Hiromushan Bomber, hits Time Bomb 2 again, and he gets the win. Then he's presented by this like thing representing that he won a bunch of noodles. Like,
He does do those like spicy noodle contests on his YouTube channel, so maybe it has something to do with that. They are utterly hilarious. If you haven't checked out Hiromu Takahashi's YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. I can't understand a word he's saying, but when they're eating spicy noodles, do you really need to understand? I'm pretty sure pain is translatable through every language through facial expressions. Yeah, the beginning of this match was just stupid, where Sho came out and was like trying to convince the ref that the match wasn't gonna happen, Hiromu wasn't here, blah blah blah. And then suddenly Hiromu emerges looking like he spent a night at a frat house, with just like poop drawn all over him and an eye patch and Sharpie or something. I don't know. He was also handcuffed for a good chunk of the match. It just it was kind of a joke. It wasn't as bad as I expected it to be, though, given that House of Torture was involved in it. But that also might be because a number of the House of Torture people aren't on this tour to ruin things. So, Yujiro's still there, though. Maybe we can change that. Somebody? Anybody? Please. But yeah, it wasn't a terrible way to end the show, but it certainly wasn't what I would have done.
yeah, the best thing about House of Torture right now is the fact that Kanemaru isn't using his team. Like
No, he
for the
doesn't
most,
need to.
I think Yujiro. I don't think Yujiro showed up once for him yet.
No.
And he's still cheating. He's still using dirty tactics, but it's all on his own. Which you can cheat all you want, just if you can keep it clean, like this clean enough cheating.
Mhm.
I'm not mad at it. It's when you having all of your teammates attack is when I start going blah, go away.
That's fair. That's fair. I
Yeah.
agree.
So we kick it into night number 6, May 19th. We're kicking it off with Joe Maloney versus Francesco Akira. Commentary. Walker Stewart said Akira is dealing with a knee injury, which
Mhm.
supposedly has been an issue for a bit, but really flared up against Taiji Ishimori the night before. So Adrilla is attacking the knee throughout. This isn't a long match. He's working over. He uses a knee bar at one point, or he uses a knee bar. And Akira taps out at 4 minutes and 38 seconds. I was just like, what? Yeah. Drilla keeps holding the knee bar after the match, has to be separated by the Young Lions, tosses them out, reapplies it. The ref is breaking him up, and he finally lets go. And Akira is injured. And I will give an update right now. Francesco Akira is out of the remainder of this tournament. He has suffered a knee injury, and he will be gone for the rest of this tournament, which really sucks because I thought he was getting some great momentum before this match. But
Yeah.
Drilla, my boy, getting another 2 points.
He did indeed.
Yep.
He did indeed.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, Drilla obliterated Akira in this.
Yeah.
Like, just destroyed him. He barely gave him any room to breathe. It was like that knee was blood in the water, and Drilla Maloney was a bull shark. And
Mhm.
yeah, it was incredible though. It was interesting to see him do that because Drilla has been very, very, very set on his Drillakilla throughout this
Mhm.
entire tournament. So yeah, this is a very dominant win for him.
Yeah.
Scary dominant win.
Like Dragon Dia was insanely dominant, but this, like, I think Akira got off maybe one or two offensive moves in this match. Uh,
Hmm.
I think in total, the only one I wrote down was his tornado DDT or the satellite DDT and
He
the
struggled
back
a
elbows.
lot.
Yeah, so like I feel so bad for Francesco here, man. And I hope he gets bounces back quickly because I think
Lordy.
this kid is a fireball, man.
Heck yeah. Didn't they say like 2 months, I think?
Something like that. I have it.
2 or 3 months, depending.
I have the article set for when we do Japanese wrestling update on Friday. I have that all ready to go. I have that in my information. So yeah.
Coolio. Well, balls.
Yeah, balls. We move over. Bushi versus Kosei. Fujita. Again, really fun match here. I thought Fujita got a
Mhm.
lot of good offense in throughout here. But in the end, Bushi hits the running MX for two, then goes up, hits the MX off the second rope, and gets the win.
It's so really interesting to see, like, because I'm that person who likes to make those connections. If this person beat this person, that means that this person can beat this person. So it's interesting because Kozi Fujita has a win over Clark Connors, doesn't he?
Hmm? I think so.
Bushi has a win over Kozi Fujita. That's interesting. It's very interesting. This was a very playful match for Bushi. I felt that like he popped off his little poses a little bit, playing in the ring. He was kind of like taking some pages out of Tetsuya Naito's book, kind of goofing around, playing some mind games with Fujita. And I think it got to Fujita a little bit.
Hmm.
I think it annoyed him a little bit, and it kind of distracted him, got him off his game a little bit. But yeah, fun little match.
Oh yeah, 100%. We move on. Oh, and in between this and the next match, if you the wide shot showing the wide shot of the arena, you can see Drilla Maloney being guided over to English commentary because he joined Walker Stewart for the rest of the night. I thought he did a
Yes.
pretty darn good job
Yeah.
for a guy
Yeah, I
who's
agree.
for a guy who's never done commentary before. As far as I know, he might have done commentary in a promotion in the UK, but he's never been on a New Japan commentary before. I thought he did a great job.
I agree. I agree. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't quite remember hearing him swear.
He
I think he
might have.
actually kept I don't recall hearing him swear
And
at all.
that might have been a mandate because he's a voice that this hearing throughout the night. When it's Tamatonga would swear in his promos and stuff, but that's not constant throughout the entire night. So that might be
Oh yeah. Well, Andrilla and Connors both have a tendency, and like just all of the Bullet Club War Dogs have a tendency to get pretty vulgar with their language at ringside. But it was interesting to hear for the entire night that he kept that kind of aggressive tone that you would expect out of Drilla Maloney, but without being overly vulgar. I thought it was
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I think maybe it's an evolution in his character. You never know.
Mm. I just enjoyed the accent.
Yeah, we move on. It's Doki versus Dragon Dia. Again, this another really good match. I thought these two flowed very well together. But in the end,
Mhm.
Doki gets the huge lariat. Dia gets to swing around on Doki into a crucifix driver, but he only gets two. A series of reversals from both Doki, and then Doki finally gets him into position. Suplex de la Luna for the win.
Yes, it was nice to see the breakup because we've been seeing a lot of Doki Chokis lately, which I'm not complaining about. But at some point in time, someone's going to be like, he's always going to go for the Doki Choki. I can get him. And we got to keep them guessing. So I like the variety. The only thing I wanted to add was there was an acai moonsault by Dia onto Doki, looked so good. That kid's
Mhm.
got a lot of talent.
Oh, he does. He does. Like this, and again, he's still very, very young, so he's got a lot of time in front of him, and
Yes.
I think he's only going to evolve and be great for DDT, and hopefully, maybe transitions into a Noah or a New Japan. Like I would love to see him transition up.
Yes.
Not that
Um,
DDT is anywhere you don't want to be, or no, is he DDT or is he Dragon Gate? I can't remember.
he's DDT because Drilla mentioned in the commentary at the end that that flippy dippy stuff might work on DDT, but it's
Yeah,
NJPW is the big leagues. I don't know if verbatim that's what he said, but I
yeah,
remember the DDT part.
you're right. You're right. So I move on.
Yay!
Kevin Knight versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Kanemaru in the end of this match comes. Kanemaru uses the ref to stop a DDT attempt, and the ref gets knocked down. Santori's rise by Kanemaru. He reverses the sky high. To reverse the sky high spine buster by Knight, he applies the figure four. He's been and he's been working over Knight's knee the entire match, and he gets the win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was all I said. That was one of my notes. Kanemaru really working the knee on Kevin Knight in this one. Um, Drilla making a very good point on commentary as to why Kanemaru is so dangerous in the ring is that he's extremely composed. He always is so focused, and he doesn't ever lose that composure throughout his mask match.
Mm-hmm.
He's always so focused on, trying this, that didn't work, try this, that didn't work, try this, that worked kind of thing. He doesn't linger or let his emotions or frustrations get the better of him. He's just a very focused in-ring wrestler. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel that that is a very valid point. It is very rare since leaving Suzuki-gun that we see Kanemaru, lose his shit. He is the calm person in House of Torture. He's the one who's kinda, like, hanging around on the outside, kinda waiting for his moment. He's more a thinker than a shenaniganizer. Is that a word? I don't
Yeah,
know. It is now. Yeah, good match. Good fun match.
yeah. We move on to the battle of the best of the Super Junior old school right here. These guys were battling back in the 2010s. In the late 2010s, wrestling in the best of Super Junior, wrestling each other over the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship for years. Taiji Shimori
Hmm,
versus Kushida. 2 minutes and 33 seconds. They wrestle around a bunch. Kushida's trying for the hoverboard lock. They wrestle around some more. Kushida traps the head in the leg scissors, and he just grabs the leg, pulls him back. 1, 2, 3. Kushida gets a leg scissor or a head scissor pin combo and gets the win. I felt cheated in the like.
I agree, because we know Ishimori does have that technical prowess. He has a few submissions that he loves to pull out. I was actually looking forward to this being something very similar to Kushida and Robbie Eagles the night before. This
Mhm.
technical mastery with aerial power combinations. And it was just like, womp womp. I was like,
Mhm.
what the frick? But it makes me forget about TJPs.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to that. There was like nothing to this match, and it disappointed me so much.
Yeah, the intros were longer than the match.
Yeah, so we move over Teton versus Clark Connors in what was a very good match. The in the end though, elbow through the ropes in the corner, but by Teton, but he misses the stomp off the top. Connors misses the spear. Teton hits the backflip kick or the Pele kick, however you want to call it. However you feel nasty. Connors rips off. This is like ripping off the mask and rips it off. But Teton gets it back on, but he's distracted as he's getting up, and Connors hits this huge spear, follows up with no chaser, and he gets the win.
Hmm. Yeah, Connors was really messing with that mask throughout the entirety of the match.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to untie it. little bit, and the strings were like dingly dangling down there quite a bit, distracting Teton a little bit. So on top of having the mask now moving around, he's got those little bits that he's not used to. And like, if you're like me, I'm losing my mind because in my head, those are spiders. No touchy. Um, yeah, there was at one point, yeah, when Teton was going for the Immortal, no thank you. And Connors just kind of reaches up and pulls off the mask and Teton had to bail. I was like, nah, you freaking dick.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's the War Dogs. This is kind of what they kind of have a do what you need to do to win mentality. So even though it is pretty dishonorable, it it fits the description. It fits the purpose. Because we got Clark Connors getting 2 more points and Teton having to take the walk of shame. It's a
Yeah.
fun, hard hitting match, though. The spears that he was hitting were just so good.
Yeah.
Gut wrenching, if you will.
We move on to Mel's pick. It is Hiromu Takahashi versus Ninja Mack. Ninja Mack showing respect early, and then they had to like start wrestling on their knees. It was really weird.
So
Uh,
that's why I picked this one.
yeah. Ninja Mack. Hiromu hits the head, says, but Ninja Mack flips over, lands on his feet, like Osprey and Kota Ibushi style. I loved it.
Hmm.
Ninja hits this like flip up kick, sending Hiromu to the floor, but he ends up missing the backflip Fosbury flop thing. The backflips into the Fosbury flop. Hiromu
Hmm.
tries to sunset bomb off the apron, but Mack backflips out of it and gets him up and actually ends up hitting him with an apron bomb, which looked just rough as hell.
Yeah.
Um, he hits a flying headbutt in the ring. So he's going up, and they're thinking they're literally Walker's calling for his ninja bomb, which is that Phoenix Splash. But
Hmm.
he just hits like a flying headbutt for 2, and I was like, nice, nice. Um, he goes back up, but this is where Hiromu gets the knees up on his ninja bomb, which is the Phoenix Splash, and Hiromu hits the time bomb for 2. He goes for Hiromu goes for head scissors again, but Ninja does flip out and lands on his feet again. But Hiromu then pulls a triangle out of nowhere, and Ninja Mack taps out.
It was the D. His triangle he calls the D.
Oh, the D.
Yeah, I hesitate to call it that because, alternative meanings for the D. But yeah,
It's
this
D. It's D for destruction. Come on.
I think it was dynamite is what he was going for, but sure. um yeah, the match starting on their knees kind of gave me like Yano vibes at first, but it was adorable because like, Ninja Mack was so serious about it and Hiromu was so serious about wrestling and he's just kind of like it was fun to see Hiromu not being the initial loose cannon, if you will. He's usually the one who's acting silly. So it was funny to see him confused about somebody else kind of acting silly.
Mhm.
Um, what I found even funnier was when Hiromu joined him on his knees and did the handshake and then remained on his knees. The style of pants that Hiromu wears. They're like those kind of shorts that go down to your knees. Like the same length as John Cena's jorts. But like the bottom like 4 inches is like a faux rainbow fur. So when he was on his knees and just the way he was holding himself and trying to like run around and keep up with Ninja Mack, he looked like a tiny John Morrison from the WWE days with those furry pants. Waddle, waddle, waddling around, screaming at Ninja Mac. It was adorable, but it was so funny. And what was even funnier is throughout the match, they went back to the knee spot a few times where like they would go back down there and you could hear the crowd just as a whole just start giggling to themselves because of how funny and adorable it was. Um Yeah, that sunset bomb reversal and then hitting Hiromu on the apron was just brutal. And I feel like probably one of the more aggressive things that we've seen from Ninja Mack in this tournament. Um, I felt that Ninja Mack was showboating a little bit though at the end of this match, and his showboating distracted him from Hiromu, which enabled Hiromu to lock in D and finish off the match, which I actually thought was a fun little way to kind of finish up the match and the story, because it was one of those matches where they created a story that was only supposed to last the match. And it was just a really fun little thing. So yeah.
Yeah. I like that they went to goofy, then they got serious about stuff, and then they
Yeah.
start getting into the high spot. Again, I thought it was good all around match.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
like for me, it was a great combination of a match and comedy and just diversity, but also introduction. Because again, this is my first kind of introduction to Ninja Mac. I already know who Romo is. I mean, he been in here a hot minute. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, it was a nice little showcase story match for me, a little flash story, a micro story, if you will.
Yeah. We move on to my pick of the evening.
Oof. I knew you were gonna pick this
TJP.
one. This was my other pick.
But you knew I was going with it because if you
I
would have
did.
picked it, I had another choice. It was okay. I wouldn't have been mad at you. TJP versus Hayata. I think people already know why I'm picking this match. Hayata knocks TJP off the apron, hits a beautiful planche, runs him into the post repeatedly on the floor. In the ring later in the match, Haluva kick. Then he gets TJP gets the lace wash and the running boot. Then does it again. Does another lace wash and running boot. Usually when he does it a second time, it doesn't work.
Yeah, true, true.
Yeah.
This time it would hit.
But TJP puts Hayata in the tree of woe, go to the top, forces him to sit up, and hits that tree of woe stomp for two. Later in the match, Hayata attacks him up top as TJP's up top. He tries to show me impact off the top, but he can't. He gets knocked off. But TJP misses Mamba Splash, and Hayata kicks him in the face. Hayata hits a top rope moonsault for two. Look, really, that moonsault that arc he has on his moonsault looks really good.
So good.
The end of the match though comes. The knees are Hayata gets the knees up for the Mamba Splash. Hayata then hits his 403 Impact DDT. He follows it up, going for Show Me Impact or Show Me Impact, but TJP pulls a small package out of nowhere, and he gets his first 2 points of the tournament. Let's
And
go.
what a person to get those first 2 points over.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Andre, this was a fun freaking match. And I feel like it's because of a combination. These both of these guys have such a charisma about themselves that is almost effortless. TJP, as I mentioned earlier, is so over with the crowd. The crowd loves TJP, probably because he's such a nice guy. And then Hayata has this like what I wish Sonata had. This like almost quiet, impending charisma that you're almost like cautious of him. Like, what is he gonna do next? These two together had that entire crowd in the palm of their hands. If they wanted them to swell and cheer, it was so effortless. They just did a few things and boom, the crowd was erupting. They had the crowd oohing and awing throughout the entire thing. This crowd was so into this match and I loved it. Yeah, the face wash you mentioned, I love that with TJP. And again, you're right. Usually the second time doesn't work with him, but it mercifully did in this one. I also noted that I feel TJP and Hayata wrestle a very similar style that
Yeah.
is still even amongst themselves unique. Like Hayata doesn't do a face wash. what TJP does kind of thing. Like there's certain things that each does that they have similarities to, but they're still unique enough to be standalone
Mm-hmm.
people. Um, so many near falls. So many near falls, especially when it was starting to wind down. This was a roller coaster, like an emotional roller coaster. I absolutely loved it. And again, like Hayata's taken some pretty interesting losses here. This match, though, this is the one I think of the losses. I think it's three now. I think this is the one that I want to see the most. Because yeah, Teton and Clark Connors were the other two. I feel like this one would be money. Absolute
Money, money,
money.
money, money.
Hell yeah.
Money.
I think that's the one I want to see first challenge. Because could you imagine TJP winning the GCW championship?
Him getting the GHC title,
Yeah.
and be like, see, I can win a title. I'm the leader, bitch.
I mean, at that point, technically, wouldn't that title outrank the TV title, even though it isn't an official NJPW? Um,
In my opinion, yes.
yeah, because it is a national championship.
Yeah, so it's a national. It's a title of Japan. He's
Yeah,
only Cobb is only the champion of New Japan Television.
it's true.
Well, no,
It's
it's
true.
technically
Well,
the NJPW World, which is it's literally NJPW
so
World. It's
all TVs.
all of he is the champion of the New Japan World Service because it's the New Japan World television title. It's not world
Mm,
as in worldwide. It's world as in
uh,
NJPW World. That's what the
so
world is in that.
NJPW fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the champion of the New Japan streaming service. That is what he's the champion of. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh man. Yeah, that's all I got on that one. Yeah.
So
Oh,
we move on to
fuck.
Robbie Eagles versus Show. This was a fairly good match. There was some
Yeah.
bull crap. Show ends up pushing Eagles into the ref. Yujiro takes a Fujita. They double team Eagles, but Eagles fights back. But Yujiro gets the cane. This is where Fujita comes back with the springboard dropkick, taking out Yujiro. Fujita and Eagles double team Show, and then Eagles hits the Hyperion kick, and he gets the win.
So much interference in this match, though.
Oh yeah.
So much interference. Fujita had to get involved. Take out Yujiro. Like it was just there was a lot of chaos. But
Yeah.
but my boy Kosei.
So this is a guarantee that Drill Maloney is winning this because Eagles get pinned the champion, so he's going to get a title match out of this. But Drill Maloney is going to win the tournament.
Your logic doesn't your brain doesn't brain sometimes.
Well, he beat the champion. It means he's going to get a shot at the title at a future date, which means Drill Maloney is going to win the tournament.
A couple people have beaten Show though.
You know, but Eagles will get it first.
Yes,
Eagles versus Drill Maloney for the junior title. Let's go.
considering also how Show treated Robbie's title throughout this match, trying to step on it, which is a big no-no for Melball. Melball doesn't like it when you disrespect championships like that. She's not a clinker or a stepper or a wiper. These are all things that House of Torture has done, or Bullet Club in general has done with their titles.
Melball is not a wiper.
You know what I mean, you doofy.
Okay,
Whatever it
we're gonna.
is Drilla and Clark Connors do with it, is that flossing?
Yeah,
When
that's
it
it.
went, okay.
We kick it over to the main event. This was the other pick for me. If Mel had picked the TJP match, I would have picked this because this match was
Oh, this was
absolutely
great.
Drilla. Saying it's a good thing Christian didn't bring his GCW title with him because it looks stupid. It's stupid looking.
Rude.
It's I think Drill Maloney's kind of right though. The title is kind of stupid looking.
I mean, we can't really talk. Look at the TV title.
Actually, the TV title I look it
And
up.
the KOPW title.
Yeah.
Like we can't really talk. Like the IWGP titles look great. Both like the tag titles, both the
Oh,
junior and the
okay.
heavyweight ones, they look great.
Okay,
But
the
like
title they have now can't be the original title. Yeah, there's an old GCW title. The one they have now is actually very pretty. I'm thinking of one of the older
Jella,
GCW titles. Yeah.
see? Sorry,
Yeah.
Jella. You have a nice beard though.
Yeah, Nick Gage's old GCW title was the one that looked like trash. This actually current one is actually it reminds me of the ROH 6-man titles. It's very similar in its design to that. Yeah. It's actually
Oh, was that
that
the
one's on a
one that the Booty Boys have? Is that not what they are? The
uh,
Booty Boys and Jay White?
the gun club.
Sure. Booty Boys.
Well, it's the ass boys, but I
Yeah,
actually
what
I think they
which
would actually
for
like your version
PG
better.
Andre?
I think they would actually like your version better. You should tweet
The
that out to
Booty
them.
Boys?
You should tweet that out to them.
Just clip this.
Oh, I should
Look.
clip this and put it online for them to watch. There we go. Boom.
Yay, Booty Boys and White.
This match was actually a really good match. Really strong throughout. I think both men. Again, this is another where Christian has an ability to work with anybody. The end of
Mhm.
this match though comes. They're trading kicks, hard strikes. Blake gets this huge knee to the head. Desperado hits this just straight right punch, gets him up. Double underhook pile driver rolls through into pin Che Loco, and Blake Christian takes his first loss of this tournament.
Yes. Do you notice wardrobe change for Mr. Blake? I
Mm-hmm.
think he got frustrated with his boots. He just put on his trainers, which I personally think one, look
Mm-hmm.
better, and two, he's performing better. Because I've also started watching, I think it's what, the 21st show? And he was in the same shoes, the trainers that he was wearing in this show. And again, he's moving a little more confidently. I think the new boots were maybe not the best idea for the tournament.
And again, you got to break a pair in too. That's the other problem.
Well, I don't know if he had or not because I don't watch GCW regularly. I just see
Mm.
clips, so I don't know if those are the boots that he was wearing. They looked brand new.
Yeah, like I feel like he got the new boots going into this. It's like I'm doing best of Super Juniors. I'm gonna get new
Gotta
boots.
look my
Yeah,
best. Yeah.
yeah.
Totally relatable. I mean, and why the frick not? I mean, look at Bushi. He's got all new outfit, mask, everything.
Why didn't you just go see
Um,
Bushi and get him to buy him a pair of boots? He's got the Hello Kitty
hey,
money.
I love that you say that now. Um, yeah, but like I like the wardrobe change, and this one was kind. I believe this was like bluish kind of gear, like black and blue gear. Very nice, opposite kind of look to Desperado, who's been wrestling in red for this tournament.
Mm.
Um, I really enjoy it because Desperado is such a showman. He has such charisma that you can hear him yelling through his mask typically, and he has just he's very theatrical as a Melball is with his hands and can express things to the to the crowd, which is why he's one of my favorite wrestlers. So what I loved about why I brought that up is because Blake and Desperado were very much like being heely hammy with each other in that like when Desperado was making his intro and his music is playing. And we love that music, the little Mexican like guitar kind of music. Blake Christian was dancing in the corner, just wiggling along like, yeah, this is great. And then there was one point where they ended up they separating from whatever it was that they were doing, and Desperado's like, "Oh, and giving him a round of applause, and Blake's like, like they were having fun while still having a very serious and well put together
Mm.
wrestling match. This was a phenomenal main event. Blake was really targeting that left arm, particularly on the outside when he went out there, which Desperado relies very heavily on for some of his moves. A very smart move by Blake on that part. Otherwise, yeah, phenomenal main event. I love this show. This was a great show overall.
Yeah, I thought great show. Both these shows were just amazing. I'm very much
Hmm.
looking forward. I'm in the middle of watching Marigold, so the Marigold show. I don't. Have you finished that
Hmm.
one yet?
I've gotten through a few matches. I've gotten through the whole show, but I was also cleaning my kitchen while I was watching the last three matches, so I want to sit down and watch them a bit more
Yeah,
in
because
depth.
I had it in my head that that was the next show we were doing. So, but
Yes.
we'll talk about that off here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a great time watching both of these, and then just the wrestling that's all coming out right now is just insane. Because you got
Yeah.
that, we have Marigold to watch. We have the Stardom Flash Champions from this past weekend, which had Will and Nightingale on the show.
Hmm.
We have we got more Best of the Super Juniors coming. We're going to wrestling this Saturday. Like there's so much, man. There's just so much.
I'm very busy. I'm doing so many recordings on Friday and no Sunday. Sunday. Because we're probably
Sunday.
recording some. Yeah, because we're probably recording something, and we've got an episode of Ladies Wrestling Showcase that Astrid and I are going to be putting out.
We're gonna be at a brunch on Sunday and then watching Double or Nothing in the afternoon.
Oh shit, you're right. Well, I'm going to be rescheduling that.
I figured I'd remind you.
I should probably know you guys are going to be over in my house.
I will be. I'll be there from Saturday all day Saturday. Well, the all Saturday evening and Sunday. But yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Good times, good times.
But it is time for us to get out of here. We want to thank each and every one of you guys for joining us here. You can find me on the X at That Candidate Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Candidate Dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre M. Melball Wrestling Talk, or right here on the YouTube, our YouTube, youtube.com/ at Andre M. Melball Wrestling Talk. You can also find us over on Sunday night's main event. In audio form. If you want to hear us hear us just in your ears, or walking around, walking your dog, whatever it is, go to SundayNight'sMainEvent.com to get us an audio form. And if you want to support them, Patreon.com/SNME Radio for a lot more great stuff from them there. On top of everything they do on their free feed, for only $4 American per month. I think it's like 5 or 6 Canadian. I'm not sure on that one. But yeah, so go support them over there. Please go support our friends over at twitch.tv/our local establishment. And you will be supporting us at the same time, because you can find me there next Wednesday, May 29th. Or me and my boy Oled will be doing the Marvel talk, and we're gonna the MC Rebound is coming back. We're gonna be talking Thor: The Dark World, which better than some of the movies we watched already. So check that out. Coming out next, it's going to be live next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern on the 29th of March. One more big shout
May.
out to May 29th. May. Why do I keep saying March? What is wrong with me?
You
I
are
don't.
2 months behind. That is what's wrong with you.
Yeah, I gotta give a bigger shout out to our boy Mike the Ref, simulcasting all their stuff over at youtube.com/at Backbreaker Video. All the great wrestling content he's got there, including his AEW watch alongs are up there. But if you want to see those live, go to twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, where you can watch him every Wednesday, every Saturday, and every pay-per-view Sunday, which he will be online this coming Sunday. I don't know. I think he's got a guest coming in, but I do not know who it is. So check him out over there. And he has all the great gaming content that he does live on Twitch every other day of the week. And even on those even on wrestling days, he does gaming there too. So check him out, twitch.tv/MikeTheRef. And if you want replays of his gaming content, go to youtube.com/@Backbreaker_gaming, where you can find stuff from him, Mr. PJC, Mr. Rick Jules, that's the guy right there. And don't forget their freaking guest, Kayla J.
Kayla J. Kayla J. Kayla J. Kayla J. We love Kayla J here.
Yes, we do. Melball, where can they maybe even find you?
Maybe even find me. You can find me on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can find me on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on our local establishment's programming, Japanese Wrestling Update, with this guy over here every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Unless it's not, and then we will let you know. We usually do these shows live, however, this Friday oh no, the show's on Saturday, so we will be live on Friday.
It's the following Friday we won't be live.
Following Friday, we will be at LPW, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Where did I go from here? You can also find me on Astro Persona's YouTube channel, where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. We have an episode coming up, clearly going to be rescheduled for the recording, but we will let you know on our socials when that is coming out. If you're wanting to watch New Japan Wrestling, you can check the link in the description box below. It is njpwworld.com. It is 999 yen, or approximately 10 Canadian. Shout out Sean Spiels. But it's more like 750, according to me. But it's still an amazing price to watch some amazing professional wrestling. Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to say thank you to everybody. If you're listening to us on any form over at Sunday'sMainEvent.com, thank you for supporting them and supporting us. Again, support them at Patreon.com/SNME Radio. And I want to thank everybody watching the YouTube, whether it's Andre Mobile Talk, whether it's Backbreaker Video. Thank you so very much for joining us here. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Please share us out to all your friends, family, and crazy rich Asians. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello. I only said it because the movie's coming out on Netflix next month. It's going to be free to watch there, so finally I will see it.
I mean, Rich Asian could get us to Japan. I'm just saying. And that being said, I am your Melball. Over there is Dre. We will see you next time. Adios.